things get better. That's what I want to tell you guys. That's the message of this video, is that things get better. Right now, I'm sitting in my new car, and that makes me so pleased and happy and proud, and it even gets me emotional to say that this is my new car, because my last car, it put me through the ringer. It taught me resilience, perseverance, strength, patience, and all kinds of other things, because that car put me through the ringer, man. I'll tell you, man. I bought it 3 years ago from a dude from Macon for $2,000. And at first, I was happy, I was proud, I was excited, because it was my first car. It wasn't the prettiest, it wasn't the fanciest, but it was mine, and it got me to point A to point B. But as time went on, it got worse and worse. There's been times where that car was smoking. There's been so many occasions where it broke down. There's been times where I had to push out the road. There's been times where it let me down. That car, think of a bad car, and that car was it. Let me tell you all what was wrong with the car. Faulty engine, had a coolant leak, power steering leak, faulty battery wires, a bad CV axle, all kinds of stuff, bro. Honestly, it was a miracle that car lasted that long. And I want to say about 2 months ago, it broke down because of the CV axle. And I took it to the shop, and I was like, man, I've been dealing with this car for 3 years, man. It's time to let it go. The car is old. The car is janky. The car is broken and battered. Let me just let it go, man. Let me not put so much money into this car and just sell it and put that money into getting a new car. And as time went on, you know, I saved my paychecks, I saved my money up, and I finally got to a point where 2 days ago, I went to a guy. Shout out to you, Michael. Shout out to you, Fred. You guys really came through for me, and I bought this car. It's a 2004 Chrysler Sebring convertible, and it makes me so happy, man. This feels so good, because it was so hard not having a car. It was so hard not just having a car, but having a car that's constantly breaking down on you, having to put so much money into a car just so you can get from point A to point B. And you guys have to be grateful, man. There's people out there biking, walking, taking the bus. So if you own a car, be grateful for it, man. It might not be the fanciest, it might not be the prettiest, but it's still a car, and you don't know how much of a convenience and how much it really is a privilege to own a car until you don't have one, or until you have one and it's taken away or it breaks down. Because, man, I appreciate my friends, I appreciate my family, but it's just something about owning a car. And the message of the video that I said earlier is that things get better. I was struggling for a minute, man. I was really going through it. Trials, tribulations, hardships, those all came my way, and I was patient. I don't know how religious you are, but I believed in God. I had faith, and he blessed me with this new vehicle. And I can't tell you guys how much that means to me, because it was hard, man. It was really hard. But I stuck through it. The storm ended. The rainbow shined. The sun came out. And here we are. And I'm just happy, man. I'm so happy. So if you guys are going through a hard time, if life is kicking your ass, it ends. Not your life ends, but the hard times do. The good times will come, the hard times will end. Trust me. Trust yourself. Trust God if you believe in him. But always remember that things get better.